Welcome to Talking Heads. I'm Andy Shaughnessy with Printed Circuit Engineering Association. Here with me this morning is Alun Morgan. How are you, Alun?
Oh, good, Andy. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Good to see you. Alun is the technology ambassador with Ventec and a speaker here at PCB East. And I saw part of your, you did a really good keynote yesterday with the management forum. Why don't you give us a little recap about that? You covered some really interesting ground on the market conditions. What are you seeing?
No, thanks, Andy. Yeah, no, my talk was entitled "Unintended Consequences."
Yeah.
It was all around the AI server boom and the rush to produce the hardware for the next generation AI servers.
Right.
So yeah, we're entering a phase now that I believe is probably once in a generation change. The last big one we had was around the early 2000s with the dot-com boom and eventually bust. Now we're seeing wholesale re-engineering into a particular sector.
Yeah.
And it's challenging technology and supply chains, both actually.
Right.
So technology-wise, of course, we're having to do high layer count boards. We're having to use lower DF, lower decay materials, low profile floors because of the speeds.
Right.
And also thermal management, because that's becoming a huge issue because the heat density, thermal capacity and density of these boards is becoming greater and greater. So technical challenges. But the issue, of course, is because it's such a growing sector, and we're talking massive growth here. There was a report done which showed that we are running around coming to, let's say, $18-19 billion a year. The CCL material, copper clad material market.
Right.
One forecast by Goldman Sachs said that the AI sector alone will be of that value by next year.
Right.
So that's like a doubling of our industry, which is unbelievable. Now, if it's only half true, that's still very impressive.
Right.
So people are moving wholesale into this sector, and the real issue is this: because they're doing that, they're retooling their manufacturing, they're making the materials for the new sector at the expense of the old traditional sectors. So, for example, e-glass, which is what everyone uses for everything, woven e-glass, it's used by every industry for every application. It's the most widely used glass in production. That now is being re-engineered to low dielectric constant glass and to low CTE glass, so-called T-glass, because that's what the AI servers need. As a result, capacity is being lost in the industry, and it's being lost from the traditional producers. Taiwan is a massive producer of these products. There are manufacturers now who said, we will produce e-glass no more. We're going to make only the higher grade glasses now.
Right.
So the problem is, of course, those who use the standard grain materials will find trouble to find supplies. Some CCL makers, Ventec is one. We're a specialty producer. We have a very broad product range. We're not one of the big players, absolutely.
Right.
The big players are $2 to $3 billion. We're much less than that. But we have a very broad product range. Some of these guys are really petitioning the market. They are going into that sector wholesale, and they've actually said we will abandon the standard FR4 sector completely.
Right.
And that's big news, because many of our customers are using these products and have been for years, and they need supplies. The reality is now supplies are becoming difficult. We're talking about long lead times now, 6 months or more. We're talking about the price of these materials having almost doubled this year already. And I'm thinking so 50% extra already, and we believe 100% by the year end.
Right.
So the pricing is getting more difficult, supply chain is getting more difficult. And my belief is that there will be some casualties. Those who don't have some extra value, they're trying to compete in a fairly aggressive market. Increasing product costs or raw material costs will make it hard for them. They'll be crowded out of the market.
Right.
And I see that being a big thing. Now, overall, it's not a bad thing for the industry.
Right.
I believe that we will find the low-end materials, the low-tech materials going back into China. And I think we will find places like North America focusing far more on higher-end products, focusing on, obviously military is a big part for you, it's more than half your PCB production.
Right.
And actually as Ventec, I can say that we've been watching with interest what's been going on. I analysed the market, which I gave my talk on yesterday, and Ventec have now authorised us to start looking in North America for a manufacturing site. We believe there's potential now to install new capacity in North America, and not just capacity, but also capability.
Right.
We believe that the new materials use much thinner glasses. The old style machines we used to use to process these don't work on the new styles.
Right.
And we believe that North America needs that capability. you know, the talk was well received. Thank you for saying that. But I mean, I had a few people say, yes, we actually need the capability.
Right,
so
right,
please come and do it for us.
right.
So that's what's going on. It's a lot of things, and I'm involved in this project, and I'm very excited by it. I tell you, very excited by it.
It seems like the data centers has become this huge thing. Like where I live in Atlanta, they're popping up everywhere, and people just get so crazy about it.
Right.
And but it seems like they're gobbling up the supply chain. I mean,
exactly what's going
between
on.
that and electric cars, you know, you got to have a boogeyman to blame, right?
Yeah, and electric cars have gobbled up the copper foil supply chain, as I'm sure you know already. The good thing in North America, well, there's many good things, but one good thing about the industry here is you've got still infrastructure here. You still have the supply chain. You've got a glass yarn producer, an AGY, in South Carolina. You've got a glass weaver, JPS, in South Carolina. You've got Camden Copper. They did close for a short time, but then they were reborn, and that's fantastic news for your industry here, because you have got a supply chain existing. In Europe, we've got only a single copper foil producer left, no glass weavers, no yarn production. So North America is starting from a better place. And you know, we often say, you know, don't start from the supply chain you wish you had. You've got to start with the one you've actually got. And that's where we are. And I think it can be built on in North America quite easily. In Europe, we've got to rebuild the whole thing. And starting from nothing is very difficult. And I don't see that happening anytime soon, because we're talking big investment. North America, you know, we can make incremental investments here, all of us. And I think we can then support, you know, to make sure that North America is ready to actually participate in the next phase of high performance materials and PCBs. And that's good news, really good news.
Yeah, I mean, the market, it seems like everything's going pretty well, right? I mean, interesting, but very...
It's challenging for some, I will say. It's challenging for some. If you're in the low end sector, that's tough now. But the high end sector, you know, where North America is and should rightly be. And I can see some good investments here. I can see some good traction. Okay, North America is only 4% of worldwide PCB production. I don't see that changing anytime soon. I mean, we may talk about a small change up or down, but actually that 4% will increasingly be a much better sector and much better value proposition for those in that area. So I think, you know, having 4% is fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. If you've got the right products. And I think you will have. Europe has around 2% of the worldwide market, so much less. It has only a much smaller defense sector than we have in North America. It still has a lot of industrial electronics in Europe, so there we face bigger challenges because that sector is under heavy pressure. Your industrial production in North America is only 14-15%, you know, more than half of it's military, and that's a much better place to be starting from. So well done.
Good. Well, it's sounds like a positive outlook.
Cool, Andy. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Well, good talking to you, Alun, as always. Good to see you.
You too, Andy.
Next
nice
time we'll talk about guitars next time.
Oh, why not? Thanks so much, Andy. Thank you so much.
Again, I'm Andy Shaughnessy for Talking Heads. Thanks for watching.
Yep.